for my 9th birthday. I can't believe what I see. There's drums stacked in my parents' closet, like this old Slingerland Radio King kit. And then we set up the drum set, and I finally have my first drum set, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And from that point on, forget about it. That's all I did. And then I realized at that point, I am a drummer. I ended up quitting college when I was 20, playing music full-time, playing top 40, and I met a bass player named Mark Brown. Mark Brown happened to be friends with Armin Grimaldi, who I'd played with, 7 years earlier. Armin couldn't do a road gig. He got called to do Brenda Russell. And Mark happened to say, oh, I played with this new drummer named Mark Schulman. I said, Mark Schulman, I remember Mark Schulman. Hey, there's a gig I can't do. I'm going to recommend him for it. He recommended me for Brenda Russell. That was my first road gig. I started playing with Jeff Lorber, and then through Jeff Lorber, I met Dave Koz, who introduced me to the Richard Marx camp. And I ended up getting my first big rock gig a year later, and it just never stopped from there. The foundation of the industry is different. It used to be that a band would tour to promote their record. And just the inverse has happened now. Bands give away music to promote the tour. A record company won't even look at a new band if the band has not sold 5,000 to 10,000 units on their own. So you need to come in with a fully produced product. Your image, your concepts, your songs all have to be completely dialed. That's why I came out with my DVD, A Day in the Recording Studio, because it's a self-generated business. The idea behind this DVD is I'm going to show you how you can do drums in any facility and get an amazing sound. And that's what makes the business very, very different now than what it used to be. At the beginning of my career, I got a chance to audition for a band called Bad English. It was the guys from the band Journey and John Waite, the singer. And I thought, man, this is my opportunity. This is going to be my defining moment. And I thought I was ready. I wasn't. I'm so petrified and overwhelmed with nervousness and stage fright that I completely blow the audition. My hands are sweaty. I can barely hang onto the sticks. I'm speeding up dramatically, and Jonathan Kane, the keyboard player, keeps on telling me, you're rushing, you're rushing. And the next promise I made to myself was that I would bust my nerves and fear into submission. And that started nearly a 20-year journey for me to analyze, study, research, network, and discover until I uncovered habits and rituals that have allowed me to bust through my fear both on and off the stage. So I decided to write a book about my experiences, nerve breakers, conquering life's stage fright. By this point in my life, I had performed for nearly 1 billion people between live tours and video, between the Grammys and the Tonight Show 10 times. I thought, okay, I think I'm pretty qualified to talk about this. I had testicular cancer when I was younger. So they always told me, your chances of being a dad, fathering a child are next to nothing, So I just kind of put it out of my head. I said, okay, in this life, I'm just not going to be a dad. And I kind of embraced that attitude. Like I believed that. Then I met my wife, Lisa, in 2006. And you can't change what happens to you. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control your attitude about what happens to you. And by controlling your attitude, you can literally change your behavior. And by changing your behavior, you change the consequences of your life. You can mold the consequences. And in 2009, miracle of miracles, Lisa got pregnant. In 2010, she had my baby daughter, Zaid, who's the light of my life. And it's trumps any experience ever. It is by far the most amazing and extraordinary experience. Ever since I was a little kid, I dreamed of playing Gretsch. And I was talking to Kim Graham, who's the artist rep for Gretsch and Gibraltar. And I said, I'd be honored to play Gretsch Drums. She said, really? That would be fantastic. So they made me a USA maple kit, and it was just a perfect sounding drum set. And so I felt like, okay, I'm home.